माननीय सभासदों, आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदया,
Honorable members, a very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the Youth Parliament session and I hope that this session will be fruitful. Now, we begin today's session with oath or affirmation of our newly elected members. Secretary General, please.
Srimati Barnali Ghosh, who stands elected from Durgapur constituency of West Bengal state, will now take oath or an affirmation. Ma'am, do you want to take oath or an affirmation?
An oath, please.
In which language would you like to take oath?
In English, please.
I.
I, Srimati Barnali Ghosh, having been elected as a member of the lower house of the Youth Parliament, do hereby swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by the law established, and that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of my country. I will faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Mr. Sharat Murthy, who stands elected from Hassan constituency of Karnataka state, will now take oath or an affirmation. Mr. Sharat Murthy, please. Sir, would you like to take oath or an affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take oath?
In Hindi, please. मैं शरत मूर्ति हासन क्षेत्र में निर्वाचित जो युवा संसद की लोकसभा का सदस्य निर्वाचित हुआ हूँ। ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति श्रद्धा व निष्ठा रखूंगा, देश की प्रभुसत्ता और एकता को बनाए रखूंगा तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाला हूँ उसके प्रति कर्तव्य का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा।
Honorable members, as we meet today, it is my sad duty to inform the House of the demise of a former colleague, Shri Santokh Singh Ji. In the passing of Shri Santokh Singh Ji, MP from Jalandhar, the country has lost one of the longest serving parliamentarians with rich administrative experience. He was always vocal on the issue of public interest. Discipline in the House was a speciality of his personality.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I rise to pay my tribute to Sri Santokh Singh Ji, whose death has been deeply mourned by all. Sri Santokh Singh Ji was a worthy colleague, whose down-to-earth, hard-working nature and piousness endeared him to all. He will be remembered for his efforts to serve the people of Punjab. I would like to extend my condolences to his family.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I associate myself with the tributes paid by you and the Leader of the House. Shri Santokh Singh Ji was a quiet and a mild-mannered parliamentarian. He was a very large-hearted person, always willing to share his experiences in the political arena. His death is a great loss to the nation. We have really lost a good leader. In this hour of grief, on behalf of my party, I would like to communicate our condolences to the bereaved family.
The House may stand to observe silence for a minute to express our deep sorrows. Secretary General may convey the message of condolences to the bereaved family.
Yes, ma'am.
Prime Minister to introduce new ministers.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I have the pleasure of introducing to you and the House, my colleagues, the new ministers. Srimati Jayalakshmi Iyer, Minister of Statistics and Program Implementation. Shri Zafar, Minister of Small Scale Industries.
Now, the question hour commences. Question number 101, Mr. Sham Nair, please.
Will the Minister of Home Affairs be pleased to state A. The details and the number of cybercrimes reported in the country. B. The details of the average time taken to resolve cybercrimes. And C. The details of the punishments initiated against the cyber criminals to curtail such crimes.
Minister of Home Affairs, Srimati Arshita Nigam, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, the National Crime Record Bureau compiles and publishes the statistical data on crimes in its publication. As per the data published by NCRB, the state and union territory-wise details of the cases registered are at an issue. Data regarding the average time taken to resolve cyber crimes is not maintained carefully. The central government supplements the efforts of state government through advisories and scheme for capacity building of the law enforcement agencies. The Ministry of Home Affairs has set up Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center to deal with all types of cyber crime in the nation in a coordinated and comprehensive manner. Massive open online course, MOOC platform named SciTrain Portal has been launched under Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center for capacity building of police officers on critical aspects of cybercrime, forensic, investigation, prosecution, along with certification. The National Cyber Crime Reporting Portal has been launched as a part of 14C.
कृपया शांति बनाए रखें, सदन की कार्रवाई में बाधा न डालें.
As a part of 14C to enable public to report incidents pertaining to all types of cybercrime with special focus on crimes against women and children. The National Cyber Forensic Laboratory has been set up. Establishment of this laboratory provides necessary forensic support in evidence related to cybercrime, preserving the evidence and its analysis in line to the provisions of IT Act and Enabling Act. To spread awareness regarding cybercrime, the central government has taken steps with Inter Alia, including dissemination of messages through SMS, 14C social media accounts, radio campaign, and engage my government in publicity in multiple mediums.
Question number 102, Srimati Angel D'Souza, please.
धरती माँ करे पुकार, धरती माँ करे पुकार, अब और ना करो अत्याचार, मत करो गोद सोनी मेरी, लौटा दो मेरा प्यार। आहत हो रहे सीने में, आहत हो रहे सीने में, दे दो फिर से जान, मेरे ही सीने से पलने वालों, क्यों हो सच से अनजान। माँ हूँ तेरी कोई गैर नहीं, माँ हूँ तेरी कोई गैर नहीं, जीवन हूँ तेरा कुछ और नहीं। क्यों हरियाली को मेरे आंचल से मुझसे छीन लिया, गला घोटकर ममता का मुझसे नाता तोड़ लिया, मुझसे नाता तोड़ लिया। Will the Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change be pleased to state A. Whether the central government proposes to set up biodiversity parks, B. Whether the central government is aware that the department has conducted a survey in Aravali Hills of Faridabad district to set up biodiversity parks, and whether the Haryana government has sent any proposal in this regards? C. If so, then the status of the said proposal. D. Number of biodiversity parks set up in the country so far and the financial assistance provided to them.
Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Omain Thomas, please.
Honorable Speaker, a statement is laid on the table. A to D. Biological parks are established and developed by the concerned state and union territories for the protection and conservation of the biodiversity parks. As per the information received from the states and union territories, the details of biodiversity park established in the country are at Annexure 2. A proposal for 3 crores under CAMPA fund was submitted by the Haryana government to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change for the conservation of natural resource in the forest area of Aravali Hills, Faridabad district, which has been duly approved.
I am not too convinced about the plan, sir. If the biodiversity parks have been established, then is there any account or detail of the maintenance of them? Most of them are not in good condition. What would you like to say about that?
Ma'am, with all due respect, the government is taking swift decisions to allot funds for the maintenance of the park. There are 19 biodiversity across the nation, covering hectares and hectares of land. These things take time.
Question number 103, Mr. Namit Pathak, please.
Will the Minister of Health and Family Welfare be pleased to state A. Whether the impact of food advertisements on the health of the children in the country has been assessed? B. If so, whether the diseases in children according to such food advertisements have been increased according to a recent report? C. Are these food items being identified by the Union government? D. The steps taken by Union government in this regard.
Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Shri Avneet Singh, please.
A to C. Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, has informed that as per literature review, there are no published studies to demonstrate impact of food advertisements on the health of children in the country.
With all due respect, sir, let me refer to the recent study by Diabetes Foundation of India that found TV commercials have an impact on school children. At least 54% of children surveyed preferred food shown in commercials, and 59% of them said that they will continue to buy these food. और आप सभी को ये पता ही होगा कि साल 2015 में वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने भारत को सबसे बड़ी डायबिटीज आबादी वाला देश घोषित किया था। फिर भी आपकी सरकार ने टेलीविजन पर इश्तिहार नहीं रोके।
I emphasize that Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has informed that as per existing regulatory framework, all private satellite TV channels are required to adhere to the advertising code. Action is taken whenever any violation to the advertising code is found. The FSSAI has notified food safety and standards to promote and ensure safe food and balanced diets in and around school premises. Sir, we are also concerned about the health of children as they are the future of our country.
Question number 104, Ms. Kaveri Chatterjee, please.
I wish to quote Zig Ziglar before I begin. The only hope for our country's future are our children, but we are their only hope for their present and future. My heart pains while I speak, as many of the youngsters are addicted to drugs across the country. Will the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment be pleased to state A. Whether the government has taken any steps or formulated schemes to set up special de-addiction centers and provide rehabilitation facilities to the children. B. Whether the government has any proposal to run special awareness campaigns in schools and colleges about the negative impact of the use of narcotic drugs. C. Whether the government has allocated any funds to the NGOs for the said schemes, and if so, then the details thereof.
Shri Gururaj Mishra, Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, please.
The scheme guidelines of National Action Plan for Drug Demand Reduction provides for establishing and assisting counseling, de-addiction centers in closed settings such as prisons, juvenile homes by this ministry. The ministry has requested all states and union territory governments time to time to send proposals for establishing special children de-addiction centers. In addition to this, the ministry has introduced Navchetna modules and teacher training modules. This package of training modules will be disseminated and implemented by the teachers with an aim to increase awareness and education on life skills and drug among school children. The key objective include delay in initiation of substances use among school children, provide linkage support for counseling support and treatment. The training materials will be translated into 12 regional languages. The Nasha Mukti Bharat Abhiyan was launched on 15th August by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and is being implemented in 372 identified most vulnerable districts.
Question number 105, Ms. Sindhu Mishra, please.
Will the Minister of Education be pleased to state A. The total number of student suicide during last 5 years in premier educational institutes and coaching institutes. B. Whether the government has been able to identify the reason behind such suicide cases, and if so, the details thereof. C. The concrete steps taken or proposed to be taken by the government to address the root cause of student suicide in these institutes and universities.
Minister of Education, Shri Mukund Kashyap, please.
A to C. My answer to the first question is that around 76 students committed suicides in the institutes that you have mentioned. The reason identified such suicides include academic stress, personal reasons, family reasons, mental health issues, etc. The National Education Policy, NEP 2020, provisions for providing counseling systems for handling stress and emotional adjustment for institutes. It also provisions for opportunities for students to participate in sports, art, culture, community service projects, etc. Further, in alignment with the NEP to eradicate the language barrier, AICTE has initiated its work of translation of technical books into 12 scheduled languages. UGC regulations have been formulated to safeguard the interest of students. The ministry has also undertaken steps such as peer-assisted learning and introduction of technical education in regional languages. The Government of India initiative named Mano Darpan covers a wide range of activities to provide psychological support to students, teachers, and families. The HIE takes various steps such as conducting workshops and webinars on happiness and wellness and yoga sessions, etc. Further, students, wardens, and caretakers have been sensitized to bring to notice any sign of depression in fellow students to the authorities so that timely consultation may be provided.
Question number 106, Srimati Dipanshi Chatterjee, please.
Will the Minister of Corporative Affairs be pleased to state that A. Whether the government has no role to keep a check on the spending of requisite profits under corporate social responsibility CSR by private and public sector companies in the country, and if so, details thereof. B. The manner in which the government unearthed any clandestine activities adopted by the said companies to get rid of their requisite spending of profits under CSR. C. The number of companies against for which the government has taken the penal action for the non-compliance of the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 pertaining to CSR during each of the last 3 years and the current year, company-wise, and D. The other steps taken by the government to ensure the requisite spending of profits under CSR by said companies along with the achievements made thereof.
Minister of Corporate Affairs, please.
A and B. Section 135, 3 and 4 of the Companies Act 2013 empowers the board of the company and the CSR committee to take decision regarding the allocation of CSR funds for the items listed in Schedule 7 of the Act. Whenever the violation of compliance of relevant provision of the Act regarding CSR is reported, the penal action under Section 134(8) of the Act is resorted to. C. In 221 number of cases, prosecution have been sanctioned against the companies for the violation relating to CSR for the financial year 2019-20 only. D. The ministry has organized workshops throughout India in past years to sensitize corporates for effective compliance of CSR provision. Further, this ministry has issued clarificatory circular and frequently asked questions to facilitate the effective implementation of CSR provision by the companies and professionals.
Question number 107, Ms. Bhumika Subramaniam, please.
Will the Minister of Earth Science be pleased to state A. The rate of retreat or melting of Himalayan glaciers since the last 5 years state-wise. B. The mass balance assessment of 9 glaciers in the Himalayan region since the last 5 years. C. Whether the ministry has commissioned any new research studies in the past 5 years to assess Indian glaciers. And D. If so, the details thereof. If not, the reasons therefore.
Minister of Earth Science, Ms. Prachi Priyanshi, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam. A. Several Indian institutes, universities, organizations have funded by the Government of India through Ministry of Earth Science, Department of Science and Technology
Ministry of Forest and Climate Change, Department of Space, Indian Space Research Organization, Ministry of Mines and Ministry of Jal Shakti monitor Himalayan glacier for various scientific studies including glacier melting. State-wise detail on the retreat for the Himalayan glacier are given in Ensure 1. B. The mass balance assessment for the Himalayan glacier since last 5 years have been provided in Ensure 2. C and D. Yes, ma'am. The Ministry of Earth Science through National Center for Polar and Ocean Research has commissioned following new research studies to assess Indian glaciers. First, started the snow cover area using Chandra Basin assessment, sensing data, analysis of the data between 2003 and 2018 revealed that the maximum number of snow cover was recorded in March, and while the minimum snow cover was recorded in August. Second, a multi-institutional nationally coordinated program named Himalayan Cyrospecific Observation and Modeling was initiated in 2018. Several Indian institutes and universities have been funded in the Himalayan regions. Question number 108. Srimati H.S. Shanta, please.
Will the Minister of Railways be pleased to state A. Whether it is a fact that the RailTel is turning railway stations in digital hubs? B. If so, the details thereof. C. Whether it is also a fact that the RailTel is considering to provide free Wi-Fi at many more stations across the country. And D. If so, the details thereof.
Honorable Minister of Railways, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam. A and B. The RailTel Corporation of India Limited, a public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Railways, is providing free Wi-Fi services at railway stations. Wi-Fi services have been provided at 755 stations as on 31st January 2022, as indicated in the appendix. An average of about 2.9 crore users are using this free Wi-Fi services during a month, and the total aggregate data consumed per month has been over 10,000 terabytes. C and D. The RailTel Corporation of India is in process of flourishing free Wi-Fi services at additional 796 railway stations across the country.
Now, the question hour is over. Now, the 0 hour begins. Mr. Gangadhar Kelkar, please.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I want to ask Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, A, whether the government has any statistics regarding the number of casualties that occurred due to torrential rain and flood over various parts of the country. B, if so, the details thereof. C, whether the government has assessed the loss incurred due to flood. D, whether the government has given any financial assistance to the state in this regard, and if so, the details thereof.
Minister of Home Affairs, please.
A and B. The ministry does not maintain centralized data regarding the casualties occur due to torrential rain and flood in the nation. However, the state-wise details of the human life loss due to hydrometeorological calamities, including rain and flood, in the year 2023, as reported by the state government, are at an issue 1. C to E. The primary responsibility of the disaster management lies with the state government concerned. The central government supplements the efforts of the state government and provides requisite logistic and financial support. The state government undertakes assessment of 12 notified natural calamities. I repeat, 12 notified natural calamities, including rain and flood, and provides relief assistance from State Disaster Response Fund already placed at their disposal as per Government of India's approved items and norms. Additional financial assistance is provided from National Disaster Response Fund in case of severe nature.
Papers to be laid. Honorable Minister of Power, please.
Madam, I beg to lay on the table a copy of the following notification. 123rd report of the Committee of Paper laid on the table. 17th Lok Sabha 2022 and 2023. And in respect of the delays in laying the annual reports and audited accounts of the National Power Training Institute, Faridabad, under the administrative control of Ministry of Power.
Honorable members, I have to make an announcement. On the behalf of the honorable members of the House, I have great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to Her Excellency, Miss Lindsay Hoyle, the Speaker of the British Parliament, and the honorable members of the British delegation who are on a visit to India as our honored guests. Ms. Lindsay Hoyle, the Speaker of the Parliament, and Ms. Jill Mortimer, the Member of the Parliament. It is a high-power delegation who reached Delhi on 15th November 2023. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and a fruitful stay in our country. We also convey our warm feelings and very best wishes through them to the Prime Minister, Parliament, the government, and the very friendly people of Britain. Now, let us take up the calling attention motion. Mr. Hiren Das Gupta, please call the attention of the ministers.
तीर्थ करने के लिए किसी स्थान पर जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। सबसे अच्छा और बड़ा तीर्थ आपका अपना मन है, जिसे विशेष रूप से शुद्ध किया गया हो। योर ऑनर, आदि शंकराचार्य के ये खूबसूरत एवं मन को जीत लेने वाले शब्द हैं, मानो वे खुद मनुष्य जाति को संकेत देते हों। मेरा संकेत वादियों में बसा एक तीर्थ स्थल है, जहाँ लाखों की तादाद में तीर्थयात्री जाते हैं। आस्था है, उम्मीद है। जाहिर है, जहाँ तीर्थयात्री इतनी आस्था से आते हैं, उनके लिए सरकार बहुत इंतज़ाम करती है। रहने के लिए स्वच्छ होटल, आराम से पहुँचने के लिए राजमार्ग इत्यादि। अब मैं आपका ध्यान इस बात पर आकर्षित करता हूँ कि जोशीमठ और उसके आसपास के इलाकों में दरारें पड़ना शुरू हो गई हैं। कब से? अक्टूबर 2021 से। मैं आपको यह भी बता दूं कि बद्रीनाथ को जाने वाला राजमार्ग भी अब इससे नहीं बच पाया है। वहाँ पर भी ये दरारें पाई गई हैं।
Yes, Honorable Minister, please.
Honorable Sir, the state governments and the union governments have already been informed about this sensitive issue. The state government has written to the Border Roads Organization to consult geological survey of India GSI and IT Roorkee on resuming the work.
Mr. Jeevan Rawat, please.
Madam, people there are getting displaced. In some areas of Chamoli, cracks have again started appearing. We want to know why construction activities have not yet been suspended. I wish to tell the House that on the ground level, very slow implementation of safety measures have been made.
Chamoli district lies in a tectonically active seismic zone. As per the government, several measures have been taken. The displaced people have been moved to safety. Compensation has been given. Mr. Jeevan Rawat, ask clarification question, please.
Honorable Minister, 4,500 buildings, 4,500 buildings in this zone have been declared unsafe to live or to do any commercial activity, and the arrival of tourists have worsened the matter.
Honorable Minister, please.
Sir, Prime Minister and his team have had an urgent meeting with National Disaster Management Authority, National Institute of Disaster Management and Geological Survey of India. They have assisted the state government in preparing short-term plans to reduce the impact of the constructional work as well as of commercial tourism.
Ms. Akriti Kumar, please.
Honorable Sir, safety of the hills has never been a priority for any government. There are many government projects going on in the Himalayas. Anthropogenic pressures by private and government construction works have been going on unabated. इस वक्त मैं आपके साथ कुछ पंक्तियां व्यक्त करना चाहती हूं. धरती कह रही है बार बार, धरती कह रही है बार बार, सुन लो मनुष्य मेरी पुकार. बड़े बड़े महलों को बना के मत डालो मुझ पर भार. पेड़ पौधों को नष्ट करके मत उजाड़ो मेरा संसार. धरती माँ की बस यही पुकार, यही पुकार.
Ms. Shahnaz Bano, please.
माननीय स्पीकर महोदय, इस संवेदनशील विषय पर कुछ काव्य पंक्तियों द्वारा मैं मनुष्य की लालच की सच्चाई सामने रखना चाहती हूँ. संभल जाओ ए दुनिया वालों, वसुंधरा पे करो घातक प्रहार नहीं. रब करता आघा हर पल, प्रकृति पर करो घोर अत्याचार नहीं. लगा बारूद पहाड़ पर्वत उड़ाए, स्थल रमणीय सगन रहा नहीं. खोद रहा खुद इंसान कब्र अपनी, जैसे जीवन की अब परवाह नहीं. लुप्त हुए अब झील और झरने, वन्य जीवों को मिला मुकाम नहीं. मिटा रहा खुद जीवन की अवयव, धरा पर बचा जीव का आधार नहीं. तबाह हो रहा सब कुछ निष्दिन, आनंद के अलावा कुछ याद नहीं. नित नए साधन की खोज में पर्यावरण का किसी को रहा ध्यान नहीं. संभल जाओ ए दुनिया वालों, संभल जाओ ए दुनिया वालों, वसुंधरा पे करो घातक प्रहार नहीं. रब करता आघा हर पल, प्रकृति पर करो घोर अत्याचार नहीं.
Now, the House will take up some legislative business. Honorable Minister of Information and Technology, please.
Madam, I beg to move for a leave to introduce a bill further to amend Digital Personal Data Protection Bill.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce a bill further to amend the Digital Personal Bill. Those who are in favor will say aye. Those who are against it will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted.
Honorable Madam, I introduce the bill.
Secretary General to report message from the upper chamber of the Youth Parliament. Secretary to lay on the table a copy of bill as passed by the upper chamber.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I have to report to the following message received from the Secretary of the Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament. In accordance with the provisions of rules of procedure and conduct of business in the Upper House of Youth Parliament, I am directed to enclose a copy of the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2021 as passed by the Upper Chamber at its sittings held on 20th August 2023. Madam, I lay on the table of the House the Central Universities Amendment Bill 2021 as passed by the Upper Chamber.
Now, the House is adjourned to meet tomorrow again at 11 a.m.